We say good morning to you and welcome to Up and Go. It's Wednesday, May 4, 2022. My name is Richie B.
Blessings, Bridge Nation. You know this is your boy Shelz.
Good morning, Bridge Nation. It's the girl Queen Jojo.
Yes, and yours truly, DJ Audley.
All right. And we say good morning, Bridge Nation, and good morning especially to the teachers of the nation.
Yes, right.
And the teachers all over this world. Today's a special day for teachers. Teachers Day, and I'm sure that they'll be given a lot of love and respect today.
Yes.
Yeah, deservedly so.
And you hear that? Yeah. Don't get the teacher in trouble today, please.
None whatsoever. Yeah, so we're here. We're going to take care of you until 10 o'clock this morning. And we ask you to keep it right where it's at. 99.1, 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, and 0.9 on the FM band.
That's right. And you can also catch us on the internet and www.thebridge99fm.com. And remember to download the mobile app from the Google Android Play Store and the Apple App Store at The Bridge 99 FM. So one word, remember, those spaces out, The Bridge 99 FM.
All right. Remember.
Yeah.
Richie's across the glass. DJ Audley's behind the wheels of steel. This is how we're getting it started. It's Up and Go right here on The Bridge 99 FM. Time now for
WTF.
What the Fact?
Woo! It's that time. Yes, I told you they've been lying to us, peeps. So here we go on. So Fruit Loops. You know Fruit Loops. Yeah, well, the loops are all the same flavor.
What?
You have been deceived. Yeah, so we hate to be the ones to tell you this, but you've been eating a bowl of lies for breakfast, and you probably liked it. Turns out that the delicious multicolored O's that make up Fruit Loops don't actually represent different fruit flavors. According to Reddit's Today I Learned series, they recently unearthed a 1999 article from the Straight Dope, which confirms that according to Kellogg's, all of those delectable loops are all flavored the same. Now, if you fainted in your cereal bowl after hearing this, don't worry, you're not alone. We've all been misled by those tempting lime green, orange, purple, yellow, and red loops into thinking they're lime, orange, grape, lemon, and cherry or strawberry flavored. When in fact, hear this now, they all have the same flavor. What's the name of that flavor? It's called fruit. F-R-O-O-T. That's F-R-O-O-T. That's the flavor. Fruit, which according to Wikipedia stems from a blend of fruit flavors. So that's what's up.
Yeah, they've been tricking us all this time.
I want to know how many of them do this.
Yeah, we have to ask. Well, if you ask the manufacturers, they might say to you, but you're getting all the flavors. But, I mean, come on. We see different colors, and we'd have thought that each color represented a different flavor.
They have been carrying us in circles.
Yeah, in circles. Just like the loops themselves.
It's not good. Can you imagine the little bit of them this morning and say, Mommy, I want the lime ones.
And there are going to be people out there who are saying that they prefer the green ones, though.
Yeah.
Or the red for that matter.
I never needed. My childhood never needed this one still. I never needed this fact.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
Well, thank God they don't do the same thing with iCool. Or Gatorade for that matter.
Yeah,
because all of those actually have different flavors with the different colors. Yeah,
we like to think so.
It tells in the taste.
All right.
Okay, so they've been lying to us, and we thought we'd unearth that fact this morning in
WTF. What the fact?
Time for update, ladies and gentlemen. The stories that are out there in the space that we have access to, and we'll share the very latest that we have with you. It's update time.
Morning, Bridge Nation. So Drake is rich.
Richer.
Very rich.
Richer.
What is new here? Drake gets big payday, signs $400 million deal with Universal Music Group. Boy, I don't know. Right, I know. I think I live the life, All this. More per more.
Wow.
So, brick per brick. Drake just signed perhaps one of the biggest record deals in music history with Universal Music Group. The Canadian rapper has entered into a massive multi-million-dollar deal with UMG, which some insiders estimate to be around 360 to 400 million. Either way, only part money that.
And that's not Canadian dollars even.
No,
That's US dollars.
That's US dollars. So
Stronger currency.
his last deal ended in 2021 with the Universal Music Group, and they decided to do another one with him because obviously he's making them a lot of money. Drake is now considered to be like the highest paying rapper.
He's that guy
In the industry.
Drake is that guy.
Yeah.
He's that guy. Simple as that.
And it could have positive implications for an artist out of Jamaica.
Yo, that's right.
Poppy.
Poppy.
The OVO label.
Yes,
And
because
stuff.
and Drake is not one of those selfish persons. So say if
the
him
team-
win,
the OVO
him team
team.
win. So we look forward to see.
It was said that he gave Mavado $2 million to help him out in some project in
Right.
in
Yes.
Cassava Peace.
So
Back in the day. And Popcorn is signed to him, so a lot of stuff is going on. Good stuff for
yeah, man,
Drake.
good
Big up
stuff. So
Drizzy.
big
Yeah.
up Drake on that.
All right, so I guess you can call this politically influenced, I guess, but it's still music. So British Virgin Islanders draw for Bob Marley and our very own Tony Rebel. Their songs in protest over direct UK rule. So protesters in the British Virgin Islands have drawn for a redemption song, one of Bob Marley's biggest political songs, and Tony Rebel's If Jah, to solidify their opposition to plans by the UK to impose direct rule on the territory following the arrest of their elected leader, Premier Andrew Arturo Fahy, on cocaine smuggling charges. According to award-winning British Jamaican journalist Nadine White, the demonstrators have likened to colonialism the plans to rule the islands from London. The protests come in the aftermath of Fahy's arrest in Miami on Thursday on drug conspiracy and money laundering charges in an operation led by the Drug Enforcement Agency, or the DEA, in which the BVI's director of ports, Olivine Maynard, was also nabbed. They said, and I quote, "They're currently playing If Jah Is Standing By My Side" by Tony Rebel. Before that, it was Redemption Song by Bob Marley, burning a big fire, metaphorically speaking, and literally saying no to the UK rule.
So is it that there's no one else there to other than the premier to actually run the country, and this is why they're planning to take over? Because I don't understand. Isn't there always like somebody else just in case something happens to the premier, or there's somebody else? Why do they want to run the country?
Them just running.
Like them just running. So what is about? That's a call for concern.
Maybe
really.
there's a fine print in them constitution and whatever. I don't know.
Perfect opportunity.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's why we need for civil ties.
I mean, honestly, you should have a deputy. Or
Exactly. It's just weird because if something went wrong here, we have somebody for step up for prime minister, don't it? So I don't understand all them just say, all right, boom, him not available right now, kind of lock up based on drug charges.
Hello.
We have to take over.
Hello. We're back.
We'll take over.
We're back. Hello, governor.
Something is wrong with that.
yeah, in America right now, as it sits, two females are in line. If God forbid,
Biden
if something happens to Joe Biden, it's Kamala or Kamala
Pelosi.
right?
Yes.
Or Pelosi.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So there's always somebody put in place. So are they saying that they don't trust these people right now because of the circumstances?
Well, remember even here, it was a long time before we had a deputy prime minister, for instance.
I didn't know that.
It was always just prime minister.
Yeah.
And others who would act if the prime minister was absent.
Yeah.
But in this case, we do have a deputy. So they do these things for various reasons, I guess. Yeah. All right. There's a story now. Another comedian has been attacked whilst in performance.
Oh, no.
And this is coming weeks after Chris Rock was slapped by Will Smith.
Please don't say it's Jay.
No. As it has turned out, a very tall, dark-skinned gentleman who tends to poke fun at transgender individuals was in performance last night in the Hollywood Bowl, and Dave Chappelle was tackled on stage by a member of the audience. It happened last night at the Hollywood Bowl. Dave Chappelle, 48, was performing as part of the Netflix is a Joke festival when the mayhem unfolded around 10:45 p.m. toward the end of his stand-up show. What? And we have seen the footage where Chappelle was standing on stage as an audience member charges and slams him to the ground. And seconds later, he's a very tall man, Dave, that is. He got up and between himself and the security personnel there, they gave the man a whooping. In fact, he was actually seen, the attacker was seen on a stretcher coming out of the building with his elbow turned backwards.
That didn't go as planned.
Yeah, so he actually had a broken arm.
I think this is.
Yeah, and you know who was in the audience who actually performed before Dave? What's his name who was slapped? Chris Rock. Chris Rock was there. So he hurried up onto the stage. And he kind of hugged Dave and said, "Man, was that Will Smith?"
I like.
Yeah, that's what
I
Chris
mean,
said.
they won't say that.
Yeah. And Dave had the microphone in his hand all this time, so he simply said, "Hey, I was just attacked by a tranny." And so it went. He says, as if he was just continuing his show.
Yeah.
He says, "Man, I've been waiting 35 years to get to this point. I'm glad I came up victorious."
I don't know why they keep being at him like that, because he has never done anything hateful or said anything hateful about that community. There's always just been jokes, you know. So I'll never understand that. But so
what
that.
What is joke is dead to me.
True. Well, that person learned today.
Some people can't.
Well, there are lots of lessons to be learned, though, because
run up on people.
If you want to attack at the Hollywood Bowl last night, then the easier target would have been Chris.
Exactly. Yeah, run up on. Yeah, true.
You go for
Chris
Dave.
was right there.
You go for Dave.
Come on,
You're gonna get your whipped.
Yep. Run up on that wrong person. Run up on.
So now this the attacker will have his he already has his day in hospital.
So we're going to have him day in court.
Next he will have his day in court. Serve him right.
That's right.
All right, it's now 20 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock. That was
Update.
We're heading over now to our next feature, which is our proverb of the day, followed by our pet peeve.
Yep. Good morning again, Bridge Nation. It's the girl Queen Jojo, and our proverb of the day I'll be reading. It's pretty simple and it makes sense, really. It says, "Empty bag can't stand up." Empty bag can't stand up.
Jojo, I don't know if on the Teachers Day we won't call nobody dunce, you know.
No.
I don't know if you want to call nobody dunce on the Teachers Day.
I wasn't even looking at it. No, but it can. But it makes sense. Just like when I always talk about empty barrel at the most nice. Empty bag can't stand up.
What do you mean?
The meaning for this proverb, which is a Jamaican proverb, is a hungry person cannot work.
Oh yeah, man. That's true. I'm with that.
That's where we are at,
Yeah, man.
Shelz.
All right, yeah,
a
man.
hungry person.
Yeah, man. I'll fight that one day. Yeah, man.
That's not true. I've worked hungry before.
This would not necessarily be related then. When poverty comes in the door, love flies out the window.
That's
going in a slightly different direction.
But not very far off.
Yeah.
That's on heavy.
Yeah. It kind of deep too.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
You said empty bag.
Empty bag can't stand up. A hungry person cannot work.
Yeah.
Enough of them are work still. Big up those who are tough it out same way. You see me?
Yeah.
No, empty bag here. I make no proverb telling you nothing.
That's right. So if you're hungry this morning like ourselves right here, you're not an empty bag. Let's go and push through in the mornings here.
Sure. On to some proverb.
Your cup of tea's not far away.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that was the proverb for this morning. We're heading over to our pet peeve right now. Remember that pet peeves are things that others do that you might find annoying, irritating, or even upsetting. And the pet peeve is coming from me this morning. So my pet peeve is Richie and Shelz. And
What we do?
I'm telling you this. You see? If I'm talking or you ask me a question, I seem like you genuinely care about what you ask me. I may talk to you, cut me off. It done right there. As a matter of fact, I have nothing more to say. I done right there, so because you just asked me the question, you just seem like you're concerned. I'm about to answer you. While I'm talking to you, you cut me off. What is wrong with you? Jojo. Are you concerned or not?
Jojo, what if them
want to hear my problem or not?
What if them use a universal peace language, which is sorry for cut you, or me no mean for cut you, but
that make it worse, you know. What do you mean you don't mean for cut me? You cut me. You see, you cut me. I'm just saying, like if you're in a meeting or something and you say, you know, what is your concern? You know, please, I really want to hear from you. You say, all right, here's my moment to shine. Let me tell you what my concerns are. I'm telling you my concern. All right, so listen now. What and you say, hold up 1 minute. Didn't you just ask me? I'm telling you.
Yeah,
not to cut you, Jody.
Yeah, but quickly we change. We know about that one.
We know about that one. I'm just like, I'm over it. So if you're out there doing this to people, just know that they might not say anything, but they're over it too. And it's a pet peeve of mine. For those when I have conversations, stop.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. That's a good one.
So that's a pet
peeves, things that upset you, irritate you, or even annoy you. That was Jody's pet peeve this morning. Is that something that upsets you too? All right, it's Child's Month, ladies and gentlemen. Bridge Nation, the National Child Month Committee, NCMC, they have announced that the focus on Child Month 2022 will be listening to the voices of our children as they cry out for solace. Child Month 2022 will be celebrated under the theme, Listen Up, Children's Voices Matter. Now, the chairperson of the National Child Month Committee, Dr. Pauline Mullings, recently encouraged individuals at the beginning of Child Month to center their services, especially in the churches, around children as much as possible. But this morning, we're joined by Dr. Michelle Campbell, who is the treasurer of the National Child Month Committee, and we want to be talking to her about some of the upcoming activities for Child's Month, Shelz. Right. So we say good morning and welcome Dr. Pauline Mullings. Dr. Michelle Campbell. Morning, Dr. Campbell.
Good morning to you too. Thank you for having me.
All right, our pleasure.
And allow me the opportunity to also say happy Teachers' Day to all our teachers, and to say that we appreciate you not just today, but every day.
That's right.
Thank you so much for putting that in. I wanted to start this morning by asking you to expand a little bit more on the theme for Child Month 2022, which is Listen Up, Children's Voices Matter. What are you saying with that theme?
Thank you so much. So Listen Up, Children's Voices Matter. That theme was designed by the National Child Month Committee against the background that our children have a voice, and that often we do not listen. We do not listen to their concerns, the matters that they would like us to address as stakeholders, as adults, as teachers, and as parents. And it is important that in our discussions, in our decision-making processes, and as we go about making plans for our children, that they are included in that discussion. And not only for us to listen, but for us to also provide an avenue for their concerns to be addressed.
Mm-hmm. So you think then that it is important that the children do have a voice on a number of issues that affect them, I suspect?
Oh, it is. Our children do have a voice. They have a voice in every situation. It's just as for us as stakeholders to guide them and to allow them to speak and express those voices and expressions in a meaningful, age-appropriate way.
Nice. Now, Dr. Campbell, what are some of the activities, we can look forward to as we look to honor our nation's children, during Child's Month?
Oh, we have a number of activities that we plan annually for our Child Month activities. This year, we kickstart the church service for Child Month on last Sunday, May 1, at the Eastwood Park New Testament Church of God, where we had in excess of 200 children from infant, primary, and secondary schools, as well as children's homes, together with their principals, teachers, and caregivers. And they all joined us in a wonderful time of worship and thanksgiving. The month of activities continue with our National Children's Day, which will be observed on Friday, May 20. And I must advise that the National Child Month Committee approached our Governor General at that time to engage him with respect to holding a national day for our children, just as we would observe Father's Day and Mother's Day, because our children are indeed important to us as a nation. And that was agreed to be held on the last Friday of May, and we are observing it on Friday, May 20 this year.
Okay. Can you tell us how the public, or how you'd like for the public to get involved in the activities?
We're not through with the activities. We encourage the public to get involved on Children's Day by wearing yellow. Okay. And in terms of wearing yellow, we invite them to be out and to share with our children and to express, not just on that day, but also to share with them just how they feel, give them a toy, a rose, just have a conversation with them. We also have our picnic party, and this has been a blast. Over the last 2 years during the pandemic, we had it online in the virtual space, and we had the engagement of a number of our children, and they came on. So we invite children to participate in our picnic party by submitting talent pieces, dance, vocals, instrumental, and this caters to children 6 to 17 years. And we will have more information in our social media, and you can view our social media platforms for that information at NCMC_JA on Instagram. We also have our National Day of Prayer, which is scheduled for May 25 at the Trinity Moravian Church, 35 Montgomery Avenue, and we will be providing additional information on that as well. Last year, we introduced our care package distribution, and we saw it catering to in excess of 100 families, and our children were indeed impacted. And this will be done on Tuesday, May 31. So we invite the public to get involved in this by contributing. You may contact us at ncmcja@gmail.com if you're interested in participating in our care package distribution. And we do not only have our activities in May. Yes, indeed, May is Child Month, and we are so appreciative of being able to observe and highlight and appreciate our children during the month of May, but we should be doing that every day. And the National Child Month Committee also extends its activities to November, which is Youth Month. So on Friday, November 4, we will be holding our Youth Forum, and this is a perfect opportunity for our young people to speak and for us as stakeholders to listen. We climax the year with our National Youth Academic Awards ceremony, which is scheduled for Friday, November 18. And these awards recognize students from non-traditional high schools across Jamaica who have excelled academically. And this is with a minimum of 5 CSEC passes in one sitting, who are good role models and who have exhibited resilience through excellent and challenging circumstances. So you ask how the public can participate. They can participate by becoming a sponsor. We are always looking for sponsors, contributors, and supporters to support the activities of the National Child Month Committee. And you may become a sponsor, again, contacting us at ncmcja@gmail.com. gmail.com, and any member of our team would be more than happy to assist and to get you on board as we partner for the needs of our nation's children.
Most definitely. Lots of activities to look forward to. I really want to commend you all on the work that you're putting into this very important month on our calendar. And, we're happy also that no doubt you will use a forum or two to look at some of the challenges, especially violence being committed against our children, which is really a troubling matter for us as a nation. Dr. Campbell, wouldn't you agree?
Definitely, indeed. And we also will be extending that to include the mental health and wellness of our children, because this is so important, especially with 2 years of pandemic.
Right, right. Really wonderful, all-encompassing stuff you've got going on. Thank you so much for highlighting all of these, and we wish you well. And just to remind the listeners before you go, it is May 20, Friday, May 20. That's Children's Day that you're suggesting that we all wear yellow, right?
Thank you so much for that. So for the day that we should all be wearing yellow, it's yes. That's May 20. May 20. We invite everyone, put on your yellow shirt. If you don't have yellow clothing, you can wear something yellow in your hair, on your hand, and just celebrate our children and inviting the nation to get involved in that activity. But please, before I go, we can't do anything. We can't have any activity without our sponsors, and we must mention quickly our sponsors. The lead sponsors, Grace Kennedy Limited and the National Baking Company Foundation. We also have on board to date Jamaica Producers, the National Health Fund, Jamaica National Foundation, Sangster's Bookstore, and CB Chicken. We again invite everyone, if you want to be a contributor, a partner, or a sponsor, get in touch with us. Email ncmcja@gmail.com, or we can be contacted at 876-922-0620 to 6 extension 313. Please make contact with us and partner with us as we cater to our nation's children. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Michelle Campbell, and have a great day today. Best wishes.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. She put out the option, if you don't have anything yellow to wear on May 20, wear something yellow on your arm.
That's right.
Or wear something yellow in your hair. Now that is where I'd have a problem, though. Because I wouldn't have enough time between now and the 20th of May to grow hair that would be able to accommodate something yellow in it. You wouldn't have that problem. Neither would DJ Audley unless he goes to the barber. Jody, how about you? Yeah, no, nobody else has that problem. All right, thank you so much once again, Dr. Michelle Charles. Lots of activities for Children's Month. I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And the public can get involved. We suggest that you do just that.
And now it's time, Bridge Nation, for Tech This. Now, if you don't know this vibe by now, Tech This is just a segment, a feature where I'll be highlighting technological advancements all over the world. And today is certainly going to work along those lines. This one's for all my dog lovers out there like myself. If you think of it, it's this. When you leave a dog, or when you leave dogs at home, they're basically just anticipating your return, Hence why they act all crazy when you return from work or school, you know them way there. Well, for my dog lovers, here we go on. What if I told you there was a way for you to check in on them, check in on your furry best friends, even spoil them while you're away? That's right. Well, here's something that's guaranteed to have some tails wagging. This is the Furbo Dog Camera. Now, approved by 5,000 vets and professional dog trainers, the Furbo Dog Camera comes with a 1080p Full HD camera with night vision, which means you have a live stream video to monitor your pets on your phone with a 160-degree wide-angle view during the day and the night. It also comes with two-way audio and barking alert, which is a sensor that detects when your dog is barking, and it will send you push notifications to your smartphone when it detects the barking. And thanks to the two-way audio, you'll be able to talk to them and calm them down via the app. Hear this now. To top it all off, there's a fun treat tossing feature that allows you to feed your dogs via the app. Besides, you'll be able to play a nice game of fetch as well. Now, you're excited right now, so you and your little furry friends are now interested, right? Well, here we'll go and tell the dog we will get a job because the Furbo Dog Camera is going for $169 on Amazon. That is right. The Furbo Dog Camera.
Well, I'm tempted to say it can stay. One reason being I don't have a dog. But
Hey.
for dog lovers, I think they'll make that investment.
Hey, it's actually pretty cool. I saw it on Ellen. You know, Ellen. She loved it. She uses it herself, and she says it's, the thing is, you know, I have very pure breeds of mongrels in. And I have to go put if I have that, man, I forgot hide that somewhere with them can't get that, you know, because my dog them will say, even I whip on pops. If we go turn on the app. But yeah, it's cool. Especially
damage that.
Yeah, especially that bark detecting thing that they have. So once your dog barking, you can check the camera, see if your home is, you know, under invasion or, you know, certain things like that. So it's actually pretty, as you say, it's a good investment. But
You can go beyond putting up cameras around your house and kind of zeroing on your dogs and your pets. You know what I mean?
Best security system.
So long as you're prepared to spend $169 US. Yeah, that's what it's up.
That's right.
I just spend 170.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Your dog is special.
Yeah, man.
Very special.
170.
Okay.
I mean,
You want to explain further?
no.
Okay.
Things go out.
All right. Shelz told us about the Furbo Dog Camera in.
Tech this.
Good morning, first caller. You're on. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. This sound like Eunice.
Yes, it
All
is.
right, morning, Eunice. What's your answer?
Is the term meteor, fireballs in light and sound?
Wow. A meteor.
Fireballs
Fireball.
in light and sound.
Eunice, you're thinking, but I gotta have to give you this one. Quack, quack, quack. Good try.
Sorry, Cunis. Lots and lots of callers there trying to close in on it. I think yesterday they would have picked up a few things from what we said.
Let's see.
Good morning. You're on the air. Welcome to the Secret Sound Game. Hello.
Good morning.
Thank you for calling. What's your answer today?
Hello, good morning.
Good
Yeah.
morning. Thank you for calling. What's your answer today? Is this Hamilton?
Yes.
Okay, welcome,
right.
Hamilton. What's your answer?
Is it a shooting star?
You said shooting star?
Yeah.
Quack, quack, quack.
Sorry, Hamill. Sorry, really sorry. He's really trying. Good
Yeah.
morning to our next caller. Good morning, you're on the air. Welcome to the Secret Sound Game here on the Bridge 99 FM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, morning.
Yes,
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Cool.
Who's this, Alvin?
Yes,
All right.
All right, man from the G Parish.
yeah.
What's your answer?
Well, it's so like rain, like when rain coming from afar, you know, it starts in the terrain here, the trees. It
Hey.
gets down before the rain.
What's the sound? Listen to the sound and let me see if Alvin is going to stick with that. Never heard that answer before, have we? Alvin,
Yes.
are you sticking with that answer?
Yes.
Why? Richie, me tell you something. See when rain fall on my clocks, I'll get wet up. You know what I'm say? Quack, quack, quack. Good try, Alvin.
Take care, Alvin. Let's go on to our next caller. Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Ah, here's a beautiful lady. What's your name?
Goya.
Oh, hi, Goya.
All right. Sounds like a lot of wind where you
Yeah.
are.
Goya, they're on the go.
It almost sounds like the secret sound.
Is it the sound of the planet Uranus?
Whoa. She gone for a specific
Which
planet.
planet? Which planet is that?
The one there.
Yo,
You're thinking, you know.
you see the answer there?
Quack, quack, quack.
That it deserve. Thank you so much, Goya. All right. One to go. We're extending the feature just to try to get a winner, man. Come
That's
on.
right.
Who's next? Good morning.
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 Yeah.
All right. You have your answer?
Is it the sound of the cosmos?
The sound of the cosmo.
Who's calling?
Everton.
Who's calling?
Everton.
Oh, Everton.
Oh.
So you're saying it's a sound of the Cosmo.
Think him some muta.
Looking at you see, we have a judges scratch them head. This look nice. This look close. However, quack quack quack.
All right, cool.
Good try, Everton.
All right. Well, we tried our best.
Yeah.
I think the listeners would say they did likewise, but I guess it just was not good enough. You need to think about it some more. Let's play the sound one more time. And this is your homework. Work on it. If you can identify that sound tomorrow morning, we will make you a winner. Remember, there are 2 clues that we've given you so far. Has something to do with the moon. The other, it has something to do with the stars.
Well,
work
Richie.
on it and try to be a winner tomorrow morning. You know, I think it is appropriate that we actually speak with a teacher on a day like this. And we have with us Mrs Taneka Mckoy Phipps, self-driven, motivated, innovative, and proactive teacher from the parish of Capital City, Kingston. Mrs. McCoy Phipps is a teacher with over 20 years of experience. Her passion for children extends beyond the borders of just educating them, because she's also a writer and a poet, and she has nurtured the abilities of children in speech and in drama, and she's even been awarded in that regard. She hopes to continue to serve our nation's children with her creativity and her talents for as long as she can, so that they too will become socially adjusted individuals capable of making a worthwhile contribution to our society. First of all, we'd like to greet her by saying Happy Teachers Day!
Yes.
Mrs. Taneka Mckoy Phipps. Happy Teachers Day to
Happy
you.
Teachers Day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Richie. That's quite cute.
So,
To hear these words.
oh, wonderful, wonderful. Shelz is here with me also.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
It's a big day for you. I want to ask you, Mrs. McCoy Phipps, to tell us what inspired you to become a teacher.
To ensure that someone learns. You know, I've oftentimes said that with all the teachers that are out there, if I have this gift too to really get children to understand, to grasp, and to apply, then I must make my contribution just the same. And if I'm out there doing that, then I am certain that teaching is taking place. You know, serving in another profession would have been a consolation for this gift that I am blessed.
Wow. You know, with all the challenges that teachers usually face, especially we all know all the pandemic, you know, you guys, not all heroes wear capes. That's all I can say. And, you know, I have to big up not just yourself, but every teacher out there. What has kept you motivated as a teacher over, you know, throughout these years?
Getting these children ready and equipped with the necessary competencies in a matter of just months. You've just gotten them for a little while, and then you have them ready to exit into the other class or into primary school. And you just see how they bloom right before you, and they have this talent. That affirms me that I am in the right place, molding minds and shaping the future.
Yeah. Very profound.
Yes.
Very, very profound.
Yeah, man.
Mrs. McCoy Phipps, you would have had several wonderful memories through the years. But if I should ask you to name maybe the most memorable or one of the most memorable moments that you've had as a teacher, what would spring to mind?
It would have been many years ago when I had started out on my own to open a little basic school for myself. These children, parents believing in me so much that it didn't matter where I am or what is it, the little resources that I would have had. They would have worked with me. And I was under a mango tree at that time. You know, if rain should come, we'll all be wet. Sun, just the same. But they looked beyond all of that and they said, the person that's standing before the children, that's enough for us. That's what we want. And so it was when I thought of that thing, just very much motivating to see that they would have had along with me regardless of the situation, the condition. And every time I remember it, I'm just like giving God thanks and loving parents for the heart that they do have. And a lot of parents are just like that, where they say, boy, if that's a good teacher, I don't give you the who, when, where, why. I just want my child to be with that person. And so every time I look at that, it just gives me that truth to say, truly, I must continue to serve my parents.
Oh, Richie, I don't know about you, but there's this heartwarming feeling.
Yeah.
I can hear the passion, Mrs. McCoy Phipps. Trust me. For the teacher, for young teachers, aspiring teachers or young educators who are looking to enter the classrooms, do you have any advice for them?
I'd say be certain that this is the profession that you want. It's not about the money. Neither is it about just having a career. I've oftentimes shared with other persons that being a teacher is like being a Christian. You're not privileged. You have to lead by example. Or you walk, or you talk, or you dress. The things that you do, you're watched. And you're expected to be that example. And so it cannot be that you want to be a teacher for all the young persons out there that are listening and you say, Lord, let me live my life. No. You are that person that is under that telescope to say, we're going to be taking from you. That child that is in that class that will be inspired. It must be that they're inspired properly in even the attachment, or you would have gone about approaching matters. All these other things, the simple things that we take for granted, good virtues and moral, it is expected of you. And so you cannot go in there with that mind frame to say, I am young and I still have my life to live. It is intertwined with now you being the example setter in your country. And so I want you to just take from that, and those elderly persons who have been in the profession all these years, I just love them. I look back at them, those graceful teachers, they still have it. And if you could just look back, see, take from them, it will make us even better, especially in a time like this where things are changing and evolving, and we're in the 21st century, and we believe that, boy, it is not so much about more words and values about being qualified, but what is qualification? Takes in everything, really. And so you just have to become. So be certain that this is what you want.
Right. You have been a teacher, I suspect, for several years now at the Union Garden Infant School. Am I right?
You are correct, sir.
Right. Any particular reason why you decided to teach at the infant level? And how exciting is it at teaching infants?
One of the particular reasons is right start. Foundation is very much important. And I think that you don't get to number 2 or 3 successfully until you fully understood number 1. And so I wanted to ensure that these children who are just kicking it off, beginning, taking their first step, that they get that right, reaching out, that right guide and grooming. And so I said, I want to start there, the early child segment of it. I want to start there. And then when they can do, when they would have gone further, you have already nurtured certain things inside of them that they can take over with them.
Please allow me to ask a redundant question. But the passion you have today, wouldn't it be the same kind of passion that you had from day one?
It is.
I'm sure it is.
It should be, because you weren't doing it. You weren't doing it for any other reason other than to serve and to serve wholeheartedly. And if that is so, then you'll never lose it.
Well, listen, we thank you for what you have done through the years. We know that we don't even have to ask or wonder. We know that you'll maintain this passion that we heard coming through this morning. Yeah. And thank you for all that you've done for our nation's children. We wish you good health, long life, and may you continue to serve in this capacity. Happy Teachers' Day once again to you.
Mr. Richie, if you just give less than a minute to just share this quickly, and then I go.
Yes.
I looked at the teachers that they would have gone abroad, and I know truly I don't understand, because they have to be thinking about themselves and family and so forth, even though the opportunities and the offers in these foreign countries are very much attractive. For me, I have chosen to remain here because I've seen above self and need and see the nation. And I really don't want to take all these skills and abilities to cultivate other countries to develop their human resources, which will be towards their wealth and economy. So, even though things are not so right here with me, first and foremost, it is your good.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you for the opportunity.
Wow. Thank you for saying that and for putting that forward. And again, commendations. We're proud of you. Please give our best regards to all the other teachers at the Union Garden Infant School. Happy Teachers' Day to all of you. Thanks for talking with us this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right. Our pleasure. Time for an update on a number of stories that we have out there in the space that we'll give you the very latest that we have on them inside of our update feature.
Right, morning again, Bridge Nation. Okay, so I have one more. Shensia, start top one on the album already, people.
Ready?
So Shensia says her sophomore album will be completely different. Yes, that's what she said. Shensia dishes on her sophomore album, saying it will be completely different from Alpha. The rising international talent says there's no time to waste as she's back in the recording studio working on her second album, which will be completely different from her first album.
Okay.
Shensia is undeniable one of the hardest working females in the game, some persons are saying, from dropping music to going on tour and popping up for interviews. While on the Brandon Gomez show in Toronto recently, the singer spoke about her new album, noting that it will be different. So she's not stop say that.
Right.
So I'm really interested in seeing,
what's the difference?
what will be different about it, So despite getting advice from people like Chappelle, who noted that he thought she went to the pop root music too soon, Shensia seems unfazed as she sets her eyes on the American music scene. So she's adamant that, at this she don't really, care about Wagwan. So, and so in the meantime, Shensia says she's not really feeling the love from Jamaicans in the dancehall community in her home or abroad. So, what? Yeah.
Kind of early to be talking about
Second time Shagga said this, them something I know Jamaican people say now.
She not feeling no love.
She not feeling no love from we?
Well.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
That's
It cannot be the same Shensia that had her launch party or everywhere you look. It's every part of Jamaica. All you heard about was Shensia. It cannot be the same Shensia. They're saying that she's not getting any love from here. So.
Oh, she not got off for a beat.
Wait, what?
Hey, she got off for a beat of mud sitting.
Who knows? Because she keeps saying that it's going to be completely different.
And
if you're not getting love from your people from here, Jamaica and abroad, then you must plan to do something different to get some love from somewhere else. Interesting times.
Is she trying to say that Jamaicans are not buying her music?
I don't know what she mean by love,
I don't know what she mean by love.
She have to come.
But we've never been one to purchase your music. We will pay to see you perform.
Yeah, man.
So you make money from events here. But I don't think we've ever been one to purchase an album. I just know we stream and I pay like a $9 them and stuff online for music. So I not knew that, but I think she must be careful what she's saying about her people because she have a lot of support here in Jamaica and abroad from Jamaicans.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, as well, I wonder what this gatekeeper would say about that. I'm talking about Beanie Man, who's set to return to the United States. That's right. The king of the dancehall, Beanie Man, has so far been booked for two major festivals. That's Essence Festival and Let's Get Free in the United States this summer. His visa petition has also been filed. A source close to him mentioned this. Now, the Grammy Award-winning Jamaican entertainer has not performed in the U.S. for several years. In 2010, he was among several dancehall DJs whose visas were revoked. However, in July of 2011, it was reported that Beanie's visa was restored, which saw him returning to the U.S. for performances, which included that unforgettable moment at the BET Awards in 2013. However, in May 2020, there were fresh calls for both Beanie and Bounty to be given back their United States visas following the duo's epic performance on the Versus show. Beanie went on to say this: "We could have got all 50 states and represent dancehall again. We want sold out Madison Square Garden again. We want to go lock down LA, and I'm sure Bounty want to do the same." He also went on to say, "I shouldn't have lost the visa in the first place. I don't know what the reason was, but America is America. If them decide say you can't go, there's not much you can do about it. And if them," and he means the embassy, "feel it in their mind that we deserve to get it back, we would appreciate it." So, all the best, King Beanie.
Yeah.
That's a very good look for him.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Kudos to him.
Very good look for Beanie.
I also hope Bounty.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
I hope
man,
that
the
Bounty
first.
also has a similar fate.
Free up the killer.
I wonder if this anyone from the government hierarchy intervened. I'm not certain.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But we're happy to hear that Beanie's heading back to the U.S. And we hope that others will have popcorn as well.
Yeah.
Who's unable to go there. So we hope that gets sorted out in the near future. All right. I see Shelz was quite excited when we mentioned it. Casting begins for Bob Marley biopic.
That's right.
The Marley family is pleased to announce that Jamaican casting sessions are beginning for the new feature film on reggae legend Bob Marley's life. It is being produced by U.S. studio Paramount Pictures. And Cedella Marley, who has been named as producer on the project, along with Rita Marley, Ziggy Marley, and Stephen, said the family has wholeheartedly invested in this project. We view this project as a continuation of the tremendous and unending mission of sharing our father's commitment to music. And they have various categories: young talent boys, 5 to 8 years. There's 9 to 12 years. Young talent for girls, they want some 7 to 10 and 11 to 13 years. Then they want a strong female lead who should be a black individual, late 20s to early 30s. Singing ability is a plus. And they want a young mixed race male. They want someone between 8 to 13 years, 14 to 25 years. Singing ability is a must. And they want musicians and actors and all of that. So there are lots and lots of opportunities that are presenting itself in this regard. If you want to be a part of that biopic, I think you have to do a few things. Send a headshot plus a full-length photo and a brief description of any singing or acting that you've done. And you can send it to castyourrole@gmail.com. Noted?
Got it.
All
The
right.
only thing I think the could I go up for the lead role, female role? But the thing is, I'm a little light, so I don't know how it's going to work out.
You meant complexion.
Yes, complexion.
I just want to be one of the extra them I play
Yes,
ball.
Richie, complexion. I mean,
As a speaker.
no, nothing else.
Where's the Jody? I forget a paint job.
I don't know if I forgot go on in the sun
Hey,
come on, because it sounds like
Listen.
something I could have do.
Listen,
I tell you, me too.
I just want to be one of them extra there.
True.
You know, you're hired as an extra, but the extra with it.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying, Mr. Llewellyn, I just want you to give Bob the football, okay? Just when the ball run out to play, just give him
By
back.
the way, that's the plus. If you can play football for the lead
I
role,
knew it, yes.
yeah, that's a plus. It's
Just want to give Bob
there.
and just start joking and beating.
The same producer of King Richard is the person that's going to be producing this biopic.
Good look.
Wow, that's
Good
a
look.
good
Big
look.
league, big league.
Big league thing.
All right, that's an extended update. Hope you enjoy the stories. My name is Richie B.
This is your boy Shelz.
And we say good morning, DJ Roy.
Morning. Make it more possible indeed. The
Yes.
global connection.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
So Shelz got excited a while ago, DJ Roy, because they're doing casting sessions for stars to be featured in the upcoming Bob Marley biopic, and he wants to get his acting game on.
Nothing around.
They have several roles. The lead role. They have many other roles in that film, and I'm going to put your name forward.
Well,
Why
you know,
not?
I saw that. I saw the post on it. And some of the requirements, because if you can sing,
Yeah,
well,
right.
not
You
very
can-
good in
you can do
department. Not very good in that department. I can talk, but I can't sing. But what I do love, though, is that they are given the opportunity for Jamaicans also to participate in this
Yeah.
one. And you know, Kamani Mani had said that, you know, the other movie that they were doing, why didn't they allow one of the sons to read for the part, at least to see if they could play, you know, some part of Bob's life in that journey of the movie that they're doing? And he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
They should give, you know, the Marley boys a chance to participate. And Kamani's an excellent actor too, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He has some wonderful credits to his name. But it doesn't seem like he's being considered even for the later years of his dad's life, so to speak, in the pick. Well, we don't know. We're not speaking on their behalf, but we're just speculating based on the fact that they're calling for actors and actresses and so on, and they're still seemingly searching for a lead, which means the vacancy is still there.
We'll see what happens then.
Hence, I put your name forward, boss.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they're doing a radio scene, Richie, I think I would put your name in front of mine.
I agree.
Or maybe we could both be the MCs who brought him on stage in front of 30,000 people or something like that. I agree with
All
you.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Right there.
And inside of the Global Connection today, as we've been telling you all morning, we do have a very special guest. He is an accomplished songwriter, producer, and audio engineer. He's a Grammy Award winner. And he's a man who moved from Jamaica to Los Angeles, California several years ago and has been making his presence felt in the world of pop and R&B, hip-hop, and definitely in terms of reggae. His career spans several years working with all the big names you can think of. Ziggy Marley, Eddie Murphy, Snoop Dogg, Lil Wayne, Kerry Hilson. Fabian Cooke has worked with Faith Evans, Tina Marie, with Marky Mark Wahlberg. He has done work with Annika Mosey, Bob Marley, Third World, Steel Pulse. We're talking about a man who has definitely cut across all the different gamuts of the music, and we have him this morning looking at the state of our music. And we're going to factor in this whole thing of the conversation around the Grammy and how people should submit. And he's a member of the Grammy voting committee as well. So we're very, very pleased to have him with us this morning. Good morning, Mr. Cook. Morning, Fabian.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Blessings.
Good to be here.
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. It's a little early for me. It's like 25 over here, something like that.
Wow.
For a man like me that go to bed at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, it's a little early. But, for you, Richie, anytime.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Respect, man.
That would take you to years when you were on the road as the engineer with Ziggy Marley, for instance. You'd have done a lot of those late nights and early morning wake-ups, eh?
Yeah. Especially when we're not doing the tour bus. When you're in the tour bus, you can just go to bed and they'll take you wherever you need to go and you wake up at the new gig.
Just like that. Of course, we're here in Jamaica. DJ Roy is in New York, and you're being heard across the tri-state while also in Jamaica. Fabian, I have to ask you, first of all, let's look at the matter of you being a member of the Grammy voting committee. What is the process of becoming a member of that committee?
Well, because I ended up winning a Grammy, I guess for me personally, there was some kind of a expedited kind of situation because of the credits that I had, and so forth. So I kind of got moved up a little early, and I just happened. The Grammy usually as a member, they send out these invites to all these get-togethers. You can meet people in the community. You can come learn different things. And I just happened to started to go into a few of them. And I started meeting, folks that were at the top of the Grammy, started talking with them. And the more I talked with them, I was having a conversation one time with a gentleman. I wasn't even sure exactly who he was. And he said, you know what, I have some people I need you to meet. And he introduced me to some of the folks that ran the committee that screened everything for all the reggae for the Grammys and so forth. And they invited me and asked me if I wanted to come be a part of it, and since I'm an advocate for everything Jamaican and, reggae, I decided, let me go see what's happening and, lend my voice and whatever experience I had, and that's how I kind of got in there.
Why would you say it is important that Jamaicans and, artists, producers and so on, should really try to become a member of this committee?
Well, when you look at something, as I said, a reggae committee, or just being a voting member of the Music Society, the Academy of Music here, we need to have a voice in our thing. We are Jamaicans, we are reggae musicians, and if we don't have a voice or say in it, then we leave it to other people to have a say in it. Every year you can vote in like 15 different categories, everything from best new artist, best R&B artist, best hip hop artist, best pop, this, and also there's reggae. You get a chance to vote in all of those things. Now, for someone like me who maybe don't pay a lot of attention to classical music, even though I can vote in it, sometimes I hear something that I might like or whatever. I say, oh, this is good, because everybody gets to listen to everything.
Okay.
And
it's a lot of listening.
Right, a lot of listening. And some of us don't listen to everything. So we just abstain. Some people just see a name they recognize and go, oh, let me hear what he's doing. And they'll listen to a little bit of it. At every process of the way, when you turn on the computer to vote, every page you go to, there's a reminder that tells you, look, we don't vote based upon friends or who you know, how popular they are, how much money they're making, how much they're selling. That has nothing to do with it. It's just your peers, other singers, writers, producers, engineers that look at it and go, you know what, this is the best quality work I've heard this year, or one of the best quality work, and you vote for the things that you like. So we may send out, say, for example, in the reggae committee, for reggae alone, we may send out 140, 150 albums for people to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
The top 5 that get the most vote, those people come back and they're the ones that are nominated.
Okay.
Even though I think last year it was 6 or something like that. But, you know, we just get the top 5, they get nominated, then they get sent back out to all the voting members again.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that 5, because you may vote for somebody before that, that don't make it into the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I got you.
when it comes back, when it comes back around, you can vote for the same person again if they're there. If not, you listen to who's there again. You say, okay, out of this 5 that the masses pick, I think this is the best product that I've heard this year. And it's only for a period of time. It has nothing to do with the span of your whole career. It's usually just the year before. In the past year, this is the best thing that I've heard. The best quality product. It don't matter whether anybody else knows it, whether anybody else is familiar with the work or not. That has nothing to do with it. It's just like if you're a radio personality, other radio personalities look at you and go, you know what? I think we should be doing good work. We like the quality of what they're doing over there. We're going to recognize them, and boom.
Okay.
So that's how it really works. So people don't understand, who are these people who've never heard of them? You know, what's going on, you know, but how popular you are, how much you're selling has nothing to do with it. It's just the quality of the work, which is subjective. And if we're not in there as Jamaicans and reggae people going, yeah, this is what we think is good reggae, then we leave that up to other people to decide.
Got you.
So it's very important that we get involved.
I agree. Greetings again, Mr. Cooke. My name is Shelz. I'm a young gun here at the bridge. You understand me? And what that means is I'm young to this whole music thing, and it's an honor hearing you speak, sir. Enough respect goes out to you. As you may know, sir, my generation we look like we're experimenting with the sound, whether it be reggae or dancehall. And you know, there's an ongoing debate, you know, whether we're doing the right thing or whatever. I'm curious, sir, what is your view on the music that's being produced by our artists or the producers? Are you proud?
Well,
anything we can do to make it better?
Well, let me first, you know, that's a complicated thing and a conversation we have around the table every year when we go to start screening thing, because every year the bar of what is considered reggae gets moved. Now, I can't speak for everybody, but I can tell you a lot of people I speak to have a similar feeling as I do. And the way I feel is this. I understand it, and I remember being a young musician coming out of what was then Jamaica School of Music. Now they're calling it Edna Manley. You know, as a young musician coming up, you think that you have to practice Bark and, you know, Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind and Fire, all these people, because they're the ones playing real music, good music. You know, what we're playing is too simple. It's not good enough. You have to be able to know all these big chords and scales and move over your instrument so fast and clean. But to the masses, that's not real music. You know, to the masses, it's how it feels, you know, the simplicity. That's what gets to them, you know? So I didn't get that as a young musician. So I find a lot of the young musicians may feel the same way, because I don't know if they're not teaching them that or what, but I get that. So I understand it. With that, from that perspective, it is impossible, and I would not suggest anyone try to control what the kids consider, you know, what they're trying to do and experiment. You know, how can you experiment what it is? I remember when Bob Marley was making the Kaya album, people were saying, oh, that's not reggae because he's got a little rock guitar here, a little this, a little that, you know, synthesizers and all that stuff. Steel Pulse, same thing, you know, it was, oh, that's too fast, that's too many bricks, too many this, that. You know, Third World, they used to say something similar about them too. That's uptown reggae, that's some poppy thing, you know, but those are the standards now. So for me, I appreciate the kids reaching out. Where I have a problem, if you want to sit down and invent a whole new form of music and say, this is the new reggae, that is good with me, that is fine with me. But you cannot just start playing R&B, hip hop, trap, whatever, other people's music, put your voice on top of it and say, oh, now this is reggae. That just don't fly. You know what I'm saying? We can't just pick up jazz and decide we're going to talk some Jamaican on top of it. And now that is what is reggae, you know? So when it comes to the reggae category and they submit stuff and we sit down and listen to it, our job is to qualify, is this reggae or not? If we listen to it and it's R&B or if it's hip hop or whatever, it has to be at least 51% reggae, meaning mostly reggae, to qualify to be in the reggae category.
Wow. Fabian, this is a very interesting discussion. We have a break to take, and we're going to come back. DJ Roy, we'll have a question for you on the other side of this commercial break. Let's do our local breaks right now, DJ Roy, and come back at you with your question to Fabian, all right?
All right, we'll be back.
Fabian said some interesting things a while ago. And man, we're looking at the clock, and it's not working well with us this morning because it's just showing us that we don't have a lot of time. And Roy has a question. We have so many questions for Fabian. Roy, back with you.
Good.
Yeah, man, take it away.
It's a two-part question. The first part I'm asking is this: I know there's rules to the whole Grammy process, but I still believe that name recognition works. If Julian puts out an album, any one of the Marleys put out an album, they are going to get nominated. And I would say rightfully so, because they're putting out excellent product, by the way. But they always get nominated. When I look and see an artist like Beres Hammond, who's only been nominated once, what do we need to do to give our dancehall and reggae heroes more recognition so that the Grammy selectors know their name? What do they need to do?
Well, the truth of the matter is, Beres is a friend of mine, and I'm a Beres Hammond fan. So, and understand this: most of the people on the committee that help to select, and we don't select what gets nominated or not. The masses do that,
exactly,
people.
Yeah.
But for it to be in there, if someone don't submit it, we can't consider it. We don't consider it if it don't get submitted. You know, there are times where an album might be out there, and at the end of the meeting, someone said, "I don't understand why this album haven't been submitted." And someone might say, "Okay, let's check it out," and they may go and find it and bring it, and we may listen to it and go, "Oh, this is good." But for the most part, it has to be submitted. So if the artist or the record company or someone not submitting it, honestly, you know, and once it's submitted, we simply listen to it and go, yeah, this is reggae. It meets the requirements. It's not old songs that, you know, somebody just revamping and going, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Second part of the question,
we send it out.
Second part of the question is this: should we separate dancehall and reggae and have two categories? I've had this conversation with so many artists over the years, and I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Well, to be honest with you, in a perfect world, that would be. You understand? Because within the reggae category, we consider dubs, all the dub stuff. We consider even mental. We consider ska. We consider dancehall and all the different forms of dancehall that we think, yes, this is Jamaican music, this is reggae. We consider all of that stuff because there's really no other place else to put it. And we want those things to be considered by the masses also. It should, but it's a matter of business. Okay. It's a matter of, you know, are we moving enough new units to really make this thing make work, you know, sense of it. And I'll let you in on a little secret here. What it is when you listen to R&B, hip hop, all these things, these guys are getting thousands of submissions every year. When we pile all these different genres, ska, you know, reggae, dub, and all this stuff together, we're barely coming in at 160, 150 submissions every year. We're just not submitting. Yeah. Once the number falls too low, they get rid of the category because it shows that people are not interested. Once we get down to, remember now, I'm saying 100, 150. Once it gets to 100, the category goes on probation.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is about the masses, you know, what, you know, we really, you know, they think, you know. So people have to submit. And you have folks that submit things, like, for example, I remember last year there was like 2 or 3 albums that were submitted to the hip-hop category and the R&B category. And they sent it over to us because they were like, oh, this is, you know, Jamaicans. You know, but when we listened to it, we were like, what do we do with it? It's not really reggae. And the people who submitted it, rightfully so, submitted it to R&B hip-hop. We tried to find enough reggae in it where we can include it, but if we can't, we have to send it over to someplace else, maybe world music or something. You understand what I'm saying?
Clearly. And you've been getting more and more of those kinds of entries, it seems, in recent years.
Yes. Because for whatever reason, and this is the whole other subject, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but for whatever reason, the kids today feel like, that's some old Bob Marley reggae, that's some my father's reggae, I don't want to do that. The truth of the matter is, though, when you look at all the people who are packing the shows, bringing in 15, 20,000 people into the shows, the people who are buying the records and so forth, you have old cats like, the Max Romeos, the Congos, the Israel Vibration. Those guys are still touring. You have artists like Lee Scratch Perry who toured almost until the day he died. Because they're playing reggae. People want to hear it. That's what they want to hear. Now, I'm not fighting what the young folks want to do. I'm in support of them experimenting and trying to, mix it up and do their thing. But they have to also realize that there is still value in reggae. Amen. In fact, that's where the most value is for Jamaicans and people coming from Jamaica. They will quicker listen to you doing reggae and respect that than for you coming doing R&B. It is what it is, or doing hip hop. And another point I want to make real quick, I know we're short on time. People, the kids need to realize that just like in hip hop or rock or anything, with reggae, they're not just buying the music, they're buying the culture.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And when I look at a lot of the young hip hop the young reggae artists today, I can't tell the difference between them and the hip hop artists or the R&B artists. They all wearing their pants down below their butt. They got all these gold teeth and tattoos all over them and whatever. And they look like hip hop artists. That's the culture that these guys, people want to buy our culture, who we are, how we speak, our positive thing, that whole one love thing. People want the positive things, They don't want to hear or feed to their kids all this stuff about just, flying people's skull and the young ladies feel like they got to strip naked and talk all these X-rated things to get played. Quite frankly, that only gets played within the reggae community and the reggae diaspora, somewhat. Out here in the world, California is one of the biggest reggae markets there is. And we don't hear that stuff out there. I don't know who those people are until I start talking to Jamaicans. And they say, oh, you haven't heard of this person? They don't get no love. You don't see them on the festivals and the concerts and whatever. You just don't.
So we complain a lot, but at the same time, it seems we're orchestrating our own demise as far as the Grammys are concerned. Were you surprised then at the victory of Soulja in the reggae category recently?
No, I wasn't surprised. And to be honest with you, I didn't expect them to win. I thought Spice would win. Going right back to the name recognition thing that you said a while ago. I understand that when you can vote in 15 categories and you have 150 records just in the reggae category alone, and thousands in the R&B, thousands in the hip hop and so forth, people don't go and listen to every single thing. They go down the list, they go, oh, that was that guy I met at the meeting one time, or that's the name, and let me hear what they're doing, and they'll listen to pieces of that. When they listen to the rest of it, they just scanning through quickly. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, myself with the hype behind Spice coming from, in the reggae, in the American community, and Shaggy and Sean Paul and all those people being on it, I thought, okay, folks are going to look at that and go, okay, this is cool, this is nice. But they didn't. I don't know what to tell you, It just goes back to show you that sometimes the process is what it's supposed to be, where they listen to the quality of what's going on,
We're out of time, but can you just in 30 seconds, Fabian, give us a parting shot? What do you want to leave with us this morning?
Well, we as people, what I'm trying to do right now is to let the young musicians and so forth know that there is still a platform for them. There's still support for them. We need to figure out a way so we can find out who these people are. You don't have to come just following the trend of whatever, because I hear that a lot. If your heart is here where you want to go make the dance, or you want to go make some hip hop music, by all means, yes. But if you want to make positive reggae music out there, there's still a place for you. There's still market for you, and we're out here to support it and support you.
Thank you. Fabian, we might have to do a part 2, and I'm sure that you'll also get us connected. I'm sure you'll get us connected with a number of other persons. In fact, I know the gentleman at the Grammys who is responsible for hip-hop, reggae, R&B, and all of that. We're going to be having him at some point with your courtesy. And thank you for this morning nonetheless, all right?
Yes, my pleasure. Thank you, guys.
All right, appreciate it, man. Roy, how was that?
Great conversation. I mean, my head is spinning right now. There's so many questions
I know.
I want to ask this gentleman, because it is important that we have these discussions. It is important that we educate our younger artists and even our older artists, because some of them stuck in them ways too.
Yeah.
So it's not just a teaching moment for the young artists in the business. It's a teaching moment for all of us, because I learned something.
All of us. I suspect maybe Jody will inquire whether or not Fabian is available for Friday morning, so we can have a part 2. We'll see how that goes. All right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Indeed.
Right, Jody?
When it comes to our music, we're very passionate.
We are
music.
passionate about it. And 10 minutes of a discussion is definitely not enough with such a resource person.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Roy. Have a great day, Tri-State, and we catch up with you on Friday.
Indeed. Always a pleasure. The team from Jamaica connect the team here in New York City. Shout out to RJ in studio. Big shout out to everyone that's locked down and tuned into the ultimate radio experience. Up and go with the legendary Richie B
and DJ Roy. Himself an icon. All right, thank you also, Fabian. Much appreciated. Right now it's 9 minutes before the hour of 10 o'clock. How was that?
Yeah. It's a good look.
Yeah.
I love the fact that in a fight, Fabian fight out the youths them for the experimenting.
He's not.
Right. I rate that. Mm-hmm. But he sit up out there and say, not because he talk patois over R&B, don't call that, don't associate it with reggae or dance. That was powerful.
That got me. Let me tell you.
Yeah, man, that's powerful.
And the argument of 51% reggae is all they need. Yeah. So now here's an opportunity for those who are doing their trap and so on. If you want to get recognition at the Grammys, then increase the amount of reggae that is on your project. Yeah. And you should be good to go.
Let me tell you, this discussion, I am in awe right now because, I learned so much.
Yeah, man.
Let me tell you, straight up.